My message to all of the leaders and investors with us today, and they are the best in the world, is very simple. Under the Trump administration, America is back and America is open for business, and America is actually stronger than it's ever been before. Ever. This week, our countries also signed groundbreaking agreements on civil nuclear energy, critical minerals, and artificial intelligence. And I want to congratulate a lot of the great American leaders, business leaders that are in the room, and you'll do a great job for Saudi Arabia and for a lot of other people in the room that are buying your product, taking your product, and using your product. All of that is in addition to the $600 billion investment in the United States that Saudi Arabia announced during my unforgettable visit there last spring. Well, I said, could you try and get that up to $1 trillion? And yesterday, the Crown Prince announced that the number that they'll be investing in the United States is $1 trillion. So that's really an honor. And we just took a picture backstage with some of the great business leaders and some of the great people, friends of mine from your country, and beautiful picture. And while we were taking the picture, I said, could you make it 1.5 trillion? So he's got something to think about. I don't know. We'll get something. I think we'll get something, Scott, right? But many of you in the room are playing a key role in making these projects happen, and we're told that $270 billion in agreements and sales are being signed between dozens of companies, and that's just happening today, $270 billion. That's big stuff. So on behalf of the thousands of American workers who I care about most, I want to thank you for bringing all those jobs and all those great opportunities to America and bringing great wealth to America.
Trump claims that prices are coming down. But Stephen, talk to us about how critical this is for Trump. He's of course been extraordinary on the world stage, but this is a key issue.
Americans aren't enjoying him being extraordinary on the world stage. They're interested in what is on their kitchen table to eat. And Donald Trump is now starting to move into the fantasy land, what he criticised Biden for, by making claims that just aren't the lived experience. I mean, let's take McDonald's. Trump is absolutely being hammered by American beef producers because he's allowing Argentinian beef in another sop to his mate in Argentina so that he can help prop up beef farmers in Argentina at the expense of American beef farmers. So what he's doing there is not driving the price of American beef down. He's decimating the industry. So it is very dangerous for any politician to say they're going to reduce prices. The lived experience of Americans right now is that prices are not coming down and are not going to come down. Even his claimed Walmart Christmas hamper, he deliberately misrepresents, saying, oh, it's down 13% or whatever the percent was from last year. The problem is Walmart have reduced the contents by nearly half. So he's not comparing the same basket. Now, last year's basket had 28 products in. This year's basket has 15 products in. And he's pretending that that's a reduction in prices. And that's one of the reasons he's getting hammered in the polls. Too much time trying to get the Nobel Peace Prize and saving the world from all these wars that he hasn't. And not
well, I'll have to pick you up on that one.
table.
I mean, we've got to give him credit for doing that. I mean, achieving peace in the Middle East, ending so many conflicts around the world. It's a good thing for the globe that he has been putting his focus on that.
Well, if it was real, I mean, I didn't know there were 7 wars going on in the world. I'm not quite sure solving in Azerbaijan.
What about Middle East? Is that real? Is the ceasefire real?
We all want it to be real. Hamas are not disarmed. We want Trump to be successful in the Middle East. I completely agree with you. Whether it's going to actually happen, nobody's agreed to put a peacekeeping force in there. Not the UAE, not the moderate Arab states. There is no commitment yet to police the ceasefire, which is critically important. Hamas have still not and will not disarm.
Well, that's what happens when you deal with terrorists.
Yeah,
I mean, look at what he's been able to achieve compared to Kamala Harris. No, I do take your point, and you're right that Trump, I suppose, he's kind of losing the American people here when it comes to the economy.
Totally. He needs to get focused on prices. And his other problem is all his tariffs. Tariffs put prices up. He likes to pretend that tariffs are paid for by the countries who the goods are coming from. This is just a lie, a barefaced lie. As the
I think
Supreme
there's
Court
a bit of art of the deal in that. I think there's a bit of art of the deal in that. He's getting rid of some tariffs.
When you put up, well, he's desperate now because he's now come to understand or stopped pretending that tariffs aren't a tax being paid by the American people. So, yeah, he's starting to take some tariffs out, but only because people are starting to work out that tariffs are taxes and they put the price of goods up. So he's getting caught out in his own lies here, and it's starting to bite him.
Well, look, what are your thoughts on Trump welcoming Saudi's Crown Prince to the White House? There was a ceremony today involving a military flyover, and Saudi's Crown Prince announced that Saudi will be investing $1 trillion into the US. Here's Donald Trump.
You know, when you invest $1 trillion, that's national security for us, too, because it creates jobs, it creates a lot of things. And I would say, Scott, right, when you hear one country's putting $1 trillion into the United States, that creates national security. And, you know, I think that they don't have to say that, but I think a big part of that is also the fact that tariffs are in play. But even beyond tariffs, that's a real ally that will do that. Creates a lot of power for the United States.
Stephen,
$1 trillion. I mean, that's an extraordinary investment.
Well, look, I hope that is true. I hope that $1 trillion, there's no time frame on it, but I hope that, you know, for the sake of the American public and jobs in America, that is true. I'm just not quite prepared to believe every word that comes from Donald Trump's lips. I mean, look what the UK did. They packaged together a series of announcements that they were already going to make, bundled it up, and Keir Starmer goes, here's billions of dollars investment in the US. These are decisions that were already going to be made. They had nothing to do with Donald Trump. They just put them in a nice shiny box with a bow on top and pretended they were actually adding extra investment. So I hope that for the sake of the American public that is true, but there's a lot of games and numbers being tossed around that don't always actually turn up in the end.
Well, he's a deal maker. I think he's the ultimate deal maker. There's no one like him on the world stage.